Well, hello, hello, hello. Come on in, guys. Come on in, come on in. Welcome. Welcome to the very first Tween Talk with Coach Reesa. How about that? The very first. How awesome is it to say you scheduled to do something? Not only did you schedule it, but you did it, you started it, and you're finishing it. How bad is that? That's like it's super amazing and it feels good. It's that confidence booster. It's that you can do this. It's that pep talk. It's that self-talk. It's selfie season. Okay? It's selfie season. Well, welcome to Tween Talk with Coach Reesa, the very first official Tween Talk with Coach Reesa. And I am happy to have you here today. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm thankful you could have been anywhere, but I'm thankful that you chose to be here with me. We are going to talk about the school year. So today's topic, we are talking about goal setting. Um, we're going to talk about goal setting. But before we get into the knickknacks, right? Before we get into all of that, let's talk about some of the things that you're going to need for today's nail session. Okay. So you're going to need a basin. It doesn't have to be exactly this. It doesn't, mine has water in it, so I can't really tilt it, but it doesn't have to be that. It just has to be something that you put water in and put like a cleanser or some type of soap, some type of something that's going to clean your nail bed. So I'm just going to put a couple drops of this lavender cleanser in mine. I love the way lavender smells. It's calming. It's peaceful. Um, it just brings calmness to any tenseful situation or atmosphere. And then I put a little bit of palm olive in mine just for some extra cleanliness. You are going to need, I'm just going to gather all my things. You are going to need your nail clipper to give you your desired length of nail. You're going to need your nippers to get all the dead skin that's on the cuticle or the nail bed off. And you're going to need your cuticle pusher. And these are all reusable because it's my personal kit. With reusables, you always want to get something that you're able to sterilize your stuff in. After you clean it and after you disinfect it, you always want to be able to sterilize it. You always want to use something that you can sterilize your tools in if it's reusable. If you're going to use wooden material or wooden tools, those are disposable. You can get rid of them. I have wooden cuticle pushers. I have I don't have many wood. I only use the wood things when I'm working with clients, or like when I have my tween sessions, my selfie sessions, and I'm giving manicures, I'll use that then. But mostly it's me using my reusable tools that I clean, that I disinfect, and that I sterilize and reuse over and over again on myself. You're also going to need your nail buffer for today. You're going to need a nail buffer, 180, 120 sand grit. You're going to need a nail brush, just to clean up like the edges. Once we start painting the nail, you're going to need that to clean up those edges, right? You are going to need your cuticle eliminator. You're going to put that on your nail while we soak a little bit, and we're going to get into that soon. You're going to need any nail polish remover and one selfie session. We're actually going to be working with acrylic, and we're going to be working with acrylic and working with the activator that hardens the acrylic, and we're going to be working with falsies. So I'm going to teach you how to apply falsies and make them look like a salon set, okay? But that's for later. We are going to need, let's see. And I think that's it. We're not going to do any designs or anything because I do have dotting tools, but we're not going to use our dotting tools today because we will be using those to give us design. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to start with a simple question. How do you feel about this school year? Are you excited or are you nervous? Are you excited or are you nervous? I know whenever I started the school year, I was always, it was a little bit of mixture of both. It was a sense of it being excited and it was a sense of being nervous. It was, oh my gosh, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna do? Am I gonna make friends? Do I have everything that I need? Um, we grew up in low income housing, so we always had friends, we always had each other, we always had everything that we needed. But there were always, the ones who always had a little bit better or a little bit more. So you always found yourself comparing yourself, to them before you went. Quick side note, all I'm doing right now was just putting on that cuticle eliminator just to soften my cuticles, soften them up so that when I get ready to soak them in the water and I get ready to use my cuticle pusher, it's going to be easy for me to get the dead gunk off and everything like that. And you're also going to need some paper towels. I forgot to mention that part. I'm sorry, guys. I need some paper towels. So I'm just going to take one off and then I'm going to put my tools on the rest. Yeah, so there was always that mixture of a feeling that came when it came close to school time. It's like, well, how should you feel? How should you feel? um, you're entitled to feel how you feel about it and just know that no feeling is the wrong feeling. It's okay to feel nervous. It's okay to feel excited, right? But if it ever gets to a point to where you just don't know how to control those things that you're feeling about that school year, please talk to your parent, find a trusted adult and let them know that you're feeling uneasy about it and that you need to, talk with someone who can help you navigate through these thoughts. If you ever need those resources, I do know licensed professional counselors. I am not a licensed professional counselor. I am a coach. I am a mentor. I provide resources and safe havens for children to be able to safely express themselves, but I am by no means a licensed counselor or a qualified mental health practitioner. While I do hold degrees in counseling studies, and human services and health and physical education and hold a state board certification in cosmetology, I am not licensed to counsel. I just know practices. I also am a certified extreme hip hop coach. So I dance, I step, I exercise, I do all the things virtually, and I'm working on getting that content out to you guys so that it'll be something that you look forward to joining. So while we're talking about these things, just go ahead and continue to soak those nail beds. Soaking those nail beds, putting it in that water, soaking the nail bed so that we can use our pusher and start pushing that stuff out, right? So yes, while I was always nervous and or excited about school, one thing I always was happy. I was always happy to attend. My soul was always happy. I always had friends. I never felt alone attending school. But what about the people that don't have friends? What about the people that don't have friends? There are some people that don't have friends or that don't have the social skills to be able to approach people to make friends. What about them? So while we're sitting here waiting for our nail beds to soak, I want you to think about what's something that you could do to initiate the conversation to make a new friend. What's something that you could say? What's something that you could do? I'm just getting ready to get my cuticle pusher so that I can get ready to start pushing my cuticles back while we're thinking about that, pushing them cuticles back and getting all that dead skin gone, right? See, Coach Reesa know how to take care of some nails. Let me tell you, I apprenticed under the great Barbara Giles, honey. Yes, and Tanya McLeese Anderson. They taught me some things when it comes to nail care. And I don't want to show you all the yuckiness, but I feel like I got to show you because I'm teaching you to take care of your nail bed, right? I don't know if you can see this, but I'm getting this off. It is coming off. It's coming off. So, okay, back to the school, right? So we're back at school. We see someone sitting alone by themselves. What kind of body language do you think that they're giving off? Do you think that if they're sitting by themselves and they're not saying anything, do you think that they're giving off a nervous kind of energy, or do you think that they're giving off, I'm good? What do you think? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Well, I definitely would take that as sorry guys, I saw someone come in. I definitely would take that as I want to, but I'm nervous, so I don't know. I want to, but I'm nervous, but I don't know. So I would, if I was that person, I would definitely come over and I would begin to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Coach Reesa or Tarisha, and I saw you sitting over here. How you feeling? How's your day? How you feeling about the new school year? Are you nervous or are you excited? And then that's when you begin to exchange dialogues, right? You begin to exchange dialogues, and that's how you make conversation. And then you allow them to speak, and they allow you to speak. And that's when you start learning stuff about each other. See, we all can do something to help people feel included. We all can do things to help build and bring kindness to our communities. We all can. We all can. We all have something to contribute and to give, right? So what about goal setting? What's some of the things that you look forward to after you get over the nervousness and or excitement? Well, let's bring it back to that. So with excitement, one of the things that I was always excited about was sports. I love sports. I love sports. I've always had a love for exercising, for fitness, for doing anything that challenged me, that got me out of the house, that kept me moving. Exercise really is like one of those mental things that keeps you stable, keeps you going. Um, I always look forward to playing sports. I danced when I was younger. I played softball. I was on a drill team, softball team, cheerleading team. I was in the choir. I always did something that helped me feel connected to myself, connected to my community. And by getting involved in those different activities, it kind of, in all honesty, it helped me make friends because you find friends who have something in common with you. And then you'll see that while you do have a lot in common, you have a lot of differences too, right? You find out what makes you awesome. You find out what makes you unique, right? So I found out what made me awesome is that I was never, while I was shy, I was never afraid to just openly admit that I am shy. I was never afraid to be myself. I was never afraid to 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 find time to get my quiet moment. And I know that sounds strange. Like I looked at it then as like, oh, I'm the different one, oh, this is totally weird. But it wasn't. It was me being authentic. It was me being authentically me. I was shy. I was genuinely shy. And but I had all this greatness that was within. Um it just I don't know, it just made me awesome. It made me unique. It made people want to get to know me more. So it made people try to do things to open me up. um which was pretty cool. Which was which was pretty cool. um I know, like when I was playing softball, a lot of people, they didn't know that I did a lot of the a lot of the things that I did, or that I even had an interest in a lot of the things that I did, because I was always so quiet about it. Um, I had three cousins coming up, and three cousins coming up, and we were pretty small, but our neighborhood was like our family. So you may as well say I had friends, cousins, aunties. I had all the things. Um, there were some times where, a lot of times, as I navigated my way towards high school, where my teachers became my family. Like my teachers, the community moms became my family, because for me, it got a little hard. But we're not going to talk about those things. We're going to talk about things that bring light and excitement to the onset of a new school year. So we finished one hand, right? You see those nails, honey? Yes. I have gotten all that dead cuticle. You want to be really careful with these nail pushers, because these nail pushers, they are really, they're really good, really strong steel. And you just want to be careful with your cuticle, because that's a thin layer. While that cuticle is like thick, that's still a sensitive area with the nail bed. So I'm just going to soak the other hand, because I've done this one. So now I'm just going to take the time and soak this hand. And with our next one, I'm thinking, not our very next one, but over time, I want to continue to do one of these a month. Get some topics about what we want to talk about. Um, and then we'll build on that every month. Um, And then I'll teach you other things. I'll teach you nail design. I'll teach you how to get things to do a full set, right? I'll teach you those things. Um, and then if you're local, I'll even come to you and I'll do that. Um, a little bit about me. I have always had a love for all things social emotional. I've always had a love for mental health. I've always had a love for anything that has anything to do with counseling. I've always wanted to understand the mind and how it works when it comes to um, executive functioning and thinking and making decisions, and just all those things that help us become the awesome and unique people that we are. Um, I've always had just that genuine love to support other people and just be to those what I wish I had coming up, right? Because we all need that. We all need that. So while that has set for a little while, I'm just going to take that same cuticle pusher and I'm just going to go in. So I'm right hand dominant. So everything that I did on the other side, I have to now do to the other side with my less dominant hand. And you have to be really careful. Just be really careful. Take your tool, go around the edges, get all that cuticle out. Get all that cuticle out. All that dead skin, because remember, we're not taking nothing dead into this new year, nothing old into this new year. We're working on mindsets, getting our mindsets ready because we have a lot of new things to learn because you are our future. And we need you in your best. We need you at your best. We need you feeling your best. We need you at your best. See, it takes a little bit more focus for me when I'm doing this other side because, like, I'm not left dominant, but I can use my left hand. Um, and I always make sure when you get after you get that cuticle, you go up under. You go up under that nail bed too, right? Going up under, or not up under the nail bed, but you're going at the top of the nail, going up under the nail. So what's some goals? A personal goal for me that I do intend to actively set. Y'all hear my baby barking? He is so spoiled. The other one is in the kitchen somewhere. I have two boys. I have a lab and a pit mix, and I have a lab and a hound mix, and they both are joys to have. That lab and that pit, he is a sweetheart. He's such a big baby. Both of them. I'm sorry, got off topic, right? Um, I'm not electronically savvy. I'm not this whole internet era, and it's only going to get worse. So I have to learn it, right? I have to be the student. I have to learn how to do this stuff. Um, and one of my goals is to attend more things that help me learn how to use this internet stuff. Well, really not the internet, but more so like just like I guess like the things that the services, maybe, if that's what you want to call it, like the services. I have to get better at this stuff. I want to get better at it. I mean, I guess we all have choices. Like we don't have to, but the goal in life should always want to be to get better at doing something. So for the most part, see, see, that's that cuticle that we've been peeling off, right? I have some nice, clean looking nail beds. Just gonna dip that in that water. Dip that in that water. I'm gonna push my bowl to the front. And I'm going to replace my cuticle pusher with my nipper. This is a very interesting tool that you definitely want to make sure you're being careful with. I'm using this just to get like whatever I couldn't get with that cuticle pusher. So you want to be real careful, make sure you don't like nip your skin. A lot of people are afraid of this tool, but this is a good tool. And you just want to pull all that extra dead stuff that's just floating around and nip it off, clip it off, snip it, get it all off. Mhm. So, yes, my goal is to enroll in some more classes that, oh, then we get to this side. Is to enroll in more classes that help me learn technology better. I want to use my electronic planners more. I want to um, learn how to use this to be able to engage more. So that's a goal for me. I want to learn how to create the space that helps me continue to learn and become better at perfecting my craft. Because in order for us to get better at anything, we have to practice it, right? We have to practice. We have to practice. It's the practice. For me, practice doesn't make perfect, but practice does make you get better at something. It's daily. Next, we're going to get our nail clippers and we're just going to, take our nail to our desired length. Just going to take that nail to that desired length, whatever length you like. Try not to go too deep if that's not what you like. And you want to try to get them all even as well. I mean, or maybe you don't want them even. Maybe you want that asymmetrical stuff going on. I see all kind of stuff in middle school. I'm a middle school teacher, so I get all the fun stuff, all the fun personalities, and pretty interesting. Middle school is interesting. That age is interesting. I always felt like middle school was that age where you needed as many positive influences as you could get. I always felt like that. I always felt like that was when I needed my most positive influences. I always felt like that. So I'm just clipping, getting all my nails as even as I could get them. Whatever the nail, don't stress about the nail clipper because whatever the nail clipper can get, the file is going to get off or the buffer is going to get it off. Something's going to get it off. Usually, without all the talking, this will take you probably about 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 30 minutes. It's nothing long. It doesn't take you long to get your nails straight. All right, so now that our nails are to a nice, even size, we're going to use our file and we're just going to shape them up. And while we're shaping our nails, we just want to talk about like what's some of the things that we could do to possibly make a new friend. Like, what's something you could do to make a new friend or to be a good friend? Because let's be real, sometimes we don't always know how to be a friend. To be a friend, you got to know how to listen. You got to know how to, share, take turns, right? You got to know how to really listen with your heart sometimes or all the times. Don't be so judgy, you know. Don't expect people to be things that they're not. And sometimes being a good friend, is, stepping up for them and advocating when you see that friend is in need. Not just standing there and watching a friend struggle, or let something happen to a friend. It's like really just like really being there for that person and say, I see you struggling right now. Kim, is there something I can do to help you? Um, is there anything that I can do to help? Is there someone that you trust that maybe I can, bring here and help talk to you? Um, there's all those things. Um, you know, everybody wants that friend that they can have at the playground to talk to. Who else is upset at the fact that they took recess away? Love recess. Loved recess. I think even in high school, we didn't call it recess. In middle school, we didn't call it recess either. Like we had block schedule. We have block schedule now too. They bought it that it switches. Sometimes it's block, but then there's sometimes where it's just like 4 classes half the year, and then you take the other 4. When I was in high school, it switched from block and it went from 4 to 4. half the semester for the other half of the semester. I graduated with an advanced diploma. I went to the Virginia State University, where I received my undergraduate degree in health and physical education, recreation, and dance. And then I later went on to enjoy the joys of motherhood. So I took about 2 years off and I had my baby boy. And then I went back in 2008 and I started my journey of I started my educational journey in search of earning my master's degree in counseling studies and human services. And it's just been on and popping. Then I had my second son. And then I just started my bus journey. I took some time off to take care of my grandmother who has dementia. It took about 10 years off. Um, but even while taking the 10 years off, I took that time to learn something new. That's when I went to New Horizons. And I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted my cosmetology license. I've always wanted to. I wanted to do cosmetology when I was in high school, but I didn't because my counselors, they saw uh, something in me that would keep me. Sometimes them adults, they really know more about you than you know about yourself, and they pull on that and they make you be great. I'm so thankful for my counselor, Ruby Jackson, and my village who kept me going and kept me strong because I made it. I'm here, and I'm bringing these babies up, and I'm going to pay it forward like you guys did it for me. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Colonel Brower, Major Registrar, Major Jackson, Miss Carson, Frankie Robinson. Okay. Um, Kiki's mom, Miss Iris, like so many, Miss Jackie, so many, so many. Um, the best thing that I could do is pay it forward. That is the best thing that I can do. The next thing that I have is my buffer. I'm just gonna take that buffer and I'm gonna go around and buff my nail. Remember, I told you like if you had a little bit of skin that was left over that you couldn't get with your nipper um or your file, it's okay. Your buffer's gonna get it. Your buffer's gonna get it. I'm just gonna buff that nail. I'm just gonna buff that nail. I know it looks like this buffer is like giving my nails stress, but it's really not. So since we're talking about stress, what are some of the ways you plan on handling stressful situations when you start school? Do you have your outlets in place? Are there things you like to do? This is where being connected to your school and in the community helps, like getting involved in dancing, some type of club, something that you love, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons, art, track, dance, choir, journaling, sing, whatever it is. You want to find something that you can go to when things start to feel like they're getting a little bit stressful. See your school counselor, see your school teachers. Maybe they can help you, find what fits you and they can help navigate you. And you can find what you like, or you can join me virtually. I do extreme hip hop step, hello, and dance, right? I do all the things, all the things. Um, so some things that I like to do when life is stressful for me, I know I work a lot, but that's not a healthy stress relief. Healthy stress relief for me looks like what that looks like for me is exercise. It's making time to exercise. It's making time to juice. It's making time to do the things that make me better. It's singing. It's dancing like nobody's watching. It's singing in my mic. I have a mic down here somewhere. I love to sing. I love to sing. Hey, hey. Yeah, so doing things that just help me feel connected and free. I never want to feel like I'm stuck in a box or um I never want to feel like I'm crammed or stuck in a box or anything like that. I usually have a nail brush so I can dust like all the dust off. This is where you go and you wash your hands and you dry them, right? So I'm just gonna spray my hands now for the sake of not getting up and keeping the recording going. Um, I'll just wipe them. But at this point is where you go, you wash your hands. You wash your hands with soap and warm water just to get all that stuff, right? I have I am going to, I think I do have to get up because guess what I need? I need cotton balls for alcohol. Alcohol helps to take out any oil that you have on your nail beds so that it can help your polish and your base polish stick. Um, One thing that I'm looking forward to doing when I do go to school, I'll be right back. Give me, actually, no, I'm just going to use this. You would not use tissue. You're going to use a cotton ball. Coach Reesa is using this just to not get up. All right, here we go. Coming up. So I'm just using this and cleaning up. Now, if you're doing that and you're burning, if something's burning, you done did something that you were not supposed to do with that tool, and you want to leave that alone. You don't want to do any further action that's going to agitate or do anything to make. I'm not. Everything on me looks good. It feels good. I feel pretty, right? Um, let me just shift this over. I'm sorry, guys. So now we're gonna pretend, right? Hopefully, you guys went and washed your hands with soap and water. I just washed my hands with soap and water. So now what I would do is I would apply a base coat. But since I don't have a base coat, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my polish. I'll have all the things next go around. So I can really, really, really show you how to, get into this. But I really just wanted to show you guys. Just take the time to celebrate and talk to you and get ready for oh my goodness. So, ooh, I better not do that. Oh my goodness, I can't open this. Okay, I'll be right back. I can't open this polish. Okay. My grandma used to use these when we were young. It helps twist things off, right? All right. I got that off. Well, since oh, I gave it a nice shake. I'm using like this purple color. I like that color. It's real pretty. We're going to end the summer right. I'm just going to start to polish my nails. The last two things we're going to talk about is just kindness and smart choices that we have in place to start the school year. What does kindness look like for you? What does kindness look like for you? What does being kind look like for you? Kindness could be you seeing someone needing a pencil and you giving them a pencil. Kindness could also be you being that person that sees that someone needs a seat on the bus and you slide over and you let them sit beside you. That could be kindness. Kindness could be the first person to speak up and say hello. Kindness could be seeing that someone has their shoe untied and you saying, hey, your shoe's untied. Now, when we go to school, we're not supposed to share lunch and snacks. We're not supposed to share that stuff. So I'm not going to encourage um, sharing snacks. You know, that's something that you would talk about your parent would. That's not something that I would encourage because I don't, we have allergies in school. And as an educator, um, I've seen where things can go wrong with sharing food. Um, and that's not something that I would encourage. But I would encourage you to bring snacks that you like, or I would encourage you to tell that person um, maybe to go to the lunch line, or maybe offering them some money if you have to give. Look, it's getting there, right? Oh, this is a beautiful color. Smart goals. Smart goals. Now, when we talk about those goals, what comes to mind? How are we going to get ready for the start of the school year? How are we going to get ready for the start of the school year? What are we going to do to make sure that we are successful? What are we going to do? I want you to think about that for a while. You going to stay up all night? This is where your brush comes in here. While you're thinking about that, I want you to go ahead and get your brush. And you can kind of use that brush to clean up the polish that gets in areas you don't want it to get, right? Take that brush and really clean, clean, clean. Clean, clean, clean. Clean, clean, clean. Right? It's nice and easy. Clean it up. Really pretty, really pretty, really pretty. Um, some of those goals. So good bedtime set practicing habits of getting your things ready at nighttime, maybe, right? Doing your hair at night, setting your clothes out at night. Perhaps it's getting your lunchbox ready at night. Maybe helping mom or your dad get your lunchbox ready for the next day so that they don't, um, so that it's helping them. Because believe it or not, parents, they go through a lot. They go through a lot, especially when there's, multiple children in the home. And believe it or not, it really does help when, you guys help us out when you remember the little things. It helps us tremendously when you remember the little things. I have two children who are on the spectrum. I have one that is one. I have both of them are gifted. One is twice exceptional, and my other baby, his superpower is hyperactivity, and at times he can be very impulsive. So we try to find the strengths in his superpower and try to get him to hone in on that so he doesn't always focus on what he's not doing wrong, or what he's not doing right. I said it right the first time. Because sometimes you guys focus on just being perfect, and there's no such thing. There's no such thing as being perfect, but you can. There's no such thing as being perfect, but you can focus on things um that help make you better as a person. And if you keep practicing those things, eventually over time, the good things that you practice to help make yourself be that better person, you'll see that it's creating something so beautiful. Those choices that you make now, they pay off in the end. Those smart choices you make now, they pay off in the end. And even if you make a mistake and the choice that you make is not so smart immediately, guess what we always have? I bet you think it's something really hard, but it's not. We always have choices. We always have choices to try again. So remember, you want to take that brush. Everything you do to the left side, you got to do to the right side. And that's not my dominant side. My dominant is right. So my left hand, I always have to clean up. My right hand, I always have to clean up a little bit more than I do with my left hand. Um, but that's where that brush comes in. So don't stress over not coloring perfectly in the lines, because there's always something that can help you make the presentation better. There's always something that can make that final look better. Don't stress over the small stuff. If I could give you any tip for the school year, it would be don't stress over the small stuff, because there's always something out there that makes everything that seems crazy so much better. So we would just do like another coat. I'm just going to go over it lightly with another coat. Just real nice and easy. So you would do your base coat, you would do 2 color coats, and then you would do your top coat. And this time you already have color on your nails, so you know where to go. You know where to keep the brush. Right? You know where to keep that brush. You literally just making it look so much more. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, beautiful. Es muy bonita. Sí, chicalicious. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Me habla español un poquito. Es muy poquito. Mi español es muy poquito. Para me habla español. I welcome diversity. I welcome inclusion. I welcome all. Um, I invite you to this safe space and to join me on Sundays. I invite you all to join me on Sundays in person or virtually with fitness classes. And right now, they are free. All classes are free until further notice. Until further notice. Because right now, we need us more than anything. We need a community. We need a community. There's so much going on, and we just need all the positive energy that we can get. So I chose purple for royalty today. Royal is powerful. It's royal. Purple is powerful. It's royal. It's prestige. Um, but it's also, if you put it in a different shade, it's also peaceful. And then you don't want to do things like what I just did, and now you got to go back over it and smooth it out because you done touched it. And remember, there's always something that can help you make something look better. So don't even stress about being perfect. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. So after this, you would just go over it with a top coat, which is like usually like a clear, shiny coat, or a matte coat if you like matte nails. Um, and you would just let these dry. So that's it. You just learn how to give yourself a manicure, take care of your nail beds, and make yourself feel good and look good for the first day of school, and for the rest of the school year, right? We talked about different techniques, how to make friends. We talked about what to do in stressful moments. We talked about those first day jitters and what we can do to overcome them and that nervousness. We talked about making smart choices. We talked about things that are about you, right? About you, about me, that brings us together, that makes us a family and a community. We talked about those things. Um, all while giving ourselves a nice little set. So I'm gonna do these once a month. Again, I want to thank you for joining me on my very first Tween Talk, right? There's gonna be more to come. So look for me. My social media handles are Humble Haven _ Academy on Instagram, or it's Humble Haven Academy on Facebook. Um, YouTube, SEL-Fie sessions with Coach Reesa. And yeah, that's how you can find me. I'm all over the place. Um, if you're attending virtually, I'm always on a Zoom. If you're attending physically, I'm always at somebody's park doing something. Find me on my roller skates, or find me at the YMCA on Thursdays at 5:30. Yes, come on in, come on over. We're doing great things in the community. So yes, um, I do weekend nail sessions for my teens that are enrolled in my program with Humble Havens. It's called SEL-Fie Season, right? SEL-Fie Season is social emotional literacy, embracing you, embracing everything about you, just learning how to embrace those things, and learning how to do it intentionally, and learning how to, the things that could use some tweaking, find healthy ways to tweak those things. Um, Find healthy ways to talk about them, to talk to others, to talk to our parents, to talk to our teachers, to talk to our friends, to talk to one another, finding healthy ways to engage with one another. Um, so yeah, we do fitness. I have all kinds of fitness things that we do. We do dance, we do step, we lift weights, we do cardio, we do burn, we go walking, we do all the things social, emotional, and fitness. Social, emotional, and fitness. So you're learning everything social, emotional, and fitness while intentionally embracing who you are, right? I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today as much as I enjoyed spending time with you. And I look forward to meeting you on the next SEL-Fie session, the next Tween Talk with Coach Reesa. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.